What's going on, everybody? FJC here, back with another finals video, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about what changes were made since the last open beta, and if you guys weren't aware, the finals is now officially on Steam. You can play it forever. There was a rumor that there was going to be a ghost drop after the Game Awards, which was proven to be true because of what was posted on Twitter, but now that we got the game out, I don't want to go into detail on that. I want to go into detail on the changes that were made so you guys understand what you're getting yourself into. We got a decent amount of patch notes to get through, so if you guys could do me a solid, drop a like on the video. It helps the channel immensely, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, as you can expect more finals content to come, as I'm planning to make this my main game for now. We're going to start out with the content updates. As the developers state, there's new ways to express yourself in the arena, such as reload and inspect animations, emoticons, gestures, pets, which is huge, sounds, watches, and even more. The Season 1 Battle Pass is now officially able to be purchased. I have gone and purchased it myself, so I'm going to be very excited to complete that, as I'm very excited to unlock all the skins. There's a total of 96 rewards, but if you guys aren't interested in buying the Battle Pass, there's 29 rewards that you can get for free. There's also a brand new map called Las Vegas, which I've only played a couple of times, so I really can't give you guys a detailed opinion on it. But what's really cool with the new map Las Vegas is there's a new map variant called Sandstorm, which makes it super duper hard to see enemies. And there's also a brand new event called Alien Invasion, where essentially UFOs send down a beam. I haven't been actually caught inside that beam yet, so I'm not sure what happens, but I'm assuming that you die if you're caught inside the UFO beam. Next, we move on to the movement changes. They've made multiple updates to vaulting responsiveness and general smoothness when traversing, updated various first-person animations to better sync with footsteps, improved to syncing and stability when players are on moving surfaces such as elevators, skylifts, cranes, and moving platforms, improved speed matching and added in-air animations when coining other contestants, and a general polish updates to third-person locomotion. On top of that, since the game has officially released, there's been a lot of complaints about the movement feeling super sluggish and slow. Embark has actually made an announcement about this in their official Discord. I'm going to put a screenshot up on screen right now, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it. In this screenshot, it says, "We have been investigating your feedback on the feel of movement from the open beta to now. It's been hard to pinpoint because there was no change in the movement system or the movement speed between the two tests, but in our research, we believe we may have found the problem. We have identified a few things that may be causing everyone to experience the gameplay differently. In the past month, we have made small adjustments to animations, sounds, and settings that in combination may be giving the feeling of slower movement, especially in the light and medium archetypes. Settings were reset as well, so FOV is defaulted to 71, which can have a huge impact on how the game feels. We're working on rebalancing some of the changes for your part. Changing your FOV can be really helpful, and of course, waiting for the next patch so that we can see if things are better or if there is more work to be done. As we have always said, live games take contestant iteration. Your feedback is so valuable to us, so we want to thank all the kind people here who took the time to explain what they were experiencing nicely in detail so we could learn more." This is huge because a ton of people, as soon as they started playing the game, actually were giving the game negative reviews on Steam, and this is Embark's way of saying, hey, we are listening to you guys, and we do understand that you want movement to be the same, but we're letting you know now that we didn't change anything, but we're gonna fix the problem. Embark has also made some changes to the combat animations. They've gone ahead and stabilized the camera for aim down sight reloads and bolt actions for easier tracking of targets, updated jumping and zipline animations when aiming down sight, added third-person reaction animations for flashbangs, gas, and fire, and reworked the animations for the charge and slam specialization. These next settings are for all the controller users, so if you guys aren't controller users, you can go ahead and skip this part of the video. They made some changes to the controller settings. We start out with the general setting, added sensitivity scaling based on zoom FOV. Then for aim assistance, they've added better support and various improvements for sensitivity dampening on targets, updated default aim down sight sensitivity reduction, and reduced zoom snapping active duration. They've also added the controller vibration setting and added more settings to allow players to further customize their controller experience, and added separate dead zones for the different analog sticks. For map changes, they've gone ahead and added the wrecking ball. It's finally back to all maps, so if you check cranes, the wrecking ball will be there. On Monaco, they improved readability of the map border, and on Skyway Stadium, they added the evening environment condition. Now let's check out the changes they've made to some of the specializations. For the charge and slam, they updated the damage of the ground slam so that it will break floors and buildings more consistently. The cloaking device also had some changes done. They rebalanced the fade in and out durations to make it harder to vanish mid-combat and added a fade in and out visual effect. They also fixed a bug on the grapple hook where players could become stuck when grappling during a vault. And for the recon senses, they reduced the total fuel, shortening the max duration, and also fixed an issue where recon senses would trigger on enemy statues. Now we move on to some of the most important changes to me, which are the weapon changes. For the general weapon changes, they updated bullet dispersion system on all weapons when aiming down sights, fixed various issues where weapons could fire infinitely or not at all, fixed an issue where gadgets could become stuck in an infinite cooldown, and added a new hit marker to crosshairs for damage over time effects. Now let's get into the individual weapon changes, and we start with the AKM. For the AKM and FCAR, the changes were relatively similar. They updated the recoil pattern on the AKM, making it slightly less easy to control, and for the FCAR, they made it slightly easier to control. For the flamethrower, they fixed a bug where it could be fired without consuming ammo. The max range was reduced by 60 centimeters. The fire rate was reduced to 160 rounds per minute from 180 rounds per minute. They adjusted the flamethrower impact effects to make them less blinding of the target player and reduced the damage to 28 from 31. For the Lewis gun, similar to the FCAR update, they updated the recoil pattern, making it slightly easier to control as well. Now there's still way more guns to cover, so the next one we have on the list is the LH1. They increased bullet dispersion when firing from the hip, updated the recoil pattern, making the weapon easier to control. The fire rate was reduced to 300 RPM from 400 RPM, and they increased the damage from 41 to 45. The M60's update was similar to the AKM, where it made the recoil pattern harder to control. There was an issue fixed where the riot shield could block bullets while the player was emoting, so that's been fixed. Throwing knives were introduced to the light archetype class, and the V9S, or the semi-automatic pistol, had its magazine size reduced to 20 from 24. They updated the recoil pattern, making the weapon harder to control, and they increased the damage fall off to make the weapon less effective at long range. There was also a ton of changes made to the gadgets as well, which we're going to go over right now. We started out with a general issue, fixed an issue where gadgets could become stuck in an infinite cooldown. The C4 has an increased health from 5 to 25. The defibrillators added an ability for defibrillators to damage enemy players. They will do 50 damage and will enter a cooldown if they land a successful hit. The gas mine now has an audio trigger effect. The glitch grenade has a fuse time increase from 1.1 to 1.8 seconds, giving it more range. Night vision was removed from the game and is to be reworked in a future update. The sonar grenade's radius was reduced from 17.5 meters to 10 meters and updated the crosshair hit marker that appears when the sonar grenade detects targets. The stun gun also removed sensitivity reduction from stun players and added a glitch effect to stun players, rendering their specializations and gadgets unusable for a short time. The tactical breach increased health from 5 to 25. The Vanishing Bomb introduced the Vanishing Bomb gadget to the light archetype, which I'm excited to use and see. And the Zipline added line break effects to ziplines. So that's everything that's been changed since the finals last beta. There's been a ton of new additions to the game and a ton of updates, and I'm really having a great time playing the game right now, and I can't believe that it's out. I hope you guys really did enjoy this video, and if you want videos similar to this in the future, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. I can't wait to make more finals content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Much love.